get into some NFL stuff. Have preseason football going on. Raiders, 49ers. Mendoza kind of looked like trash against that 49ers defense. He went 5 for 9 with a pick, 38 yards and 26 rating to start off that game. So wasn't exactly a great start in there. But alongside that, we had another scuffle break. I feel like we've had quite a few fights happening in camps and joint practices, which is maybe the best thing to come out of these joint practices is the fight. These dudes get chippy. And between the Titans and the Bears, Xavier Woods, safety on the Bears, at this point, like what, their fourth or fifth safety because all the other ones have already been hurt, laid a nice, dirty, cheap shot on Wan'Dale Robinson on a route. He's now being evaluated for a concussion. And this is not, hey, these aren't the settings to be trying to blow up dudes in these type of joint practices. So Titans are pretty pissed. They got into a fight. Robert Saleh had words about it in his post practice press conference, and we'll see if Wanda's going to be all right. But been a kind of exciting week. I think the biggest news though that we got to start the show with, man, just to get into it, is Josh Jacobs of my Green Bay Packers. Man, what not a good day for Josh Jacobs on Thursday. The news of his previous allegations of domestic assault, whatever you want to call it, got worse. And the criminal complaints have not been, it is not going well for Jacobs. And I think it's safe to assume he will not be suiting up for the Packers anytime soon, especially not to start, given that now he has a court appearance scheduled for November 17th. I find it kind of, I don't know, unless he's like, the Packers are 1,000% he's innocent and whatever, and this drops before that. I don't know how you play him, but for context, if y'all haven't seen this, which, if you're a Packer fan, there's no way you haven't seen this by this point. I'm just going to kind of read a little bit from Rob Demovsky's report on ESPN. Rob Demovsky covers the Packers extensively from inside the building. So per the criminal complaint, the woman who identifies Jacobs' girlfriend, mind you, who's got a couple of ladies, Josh Jacobs, told officers that she had been looking through Jacobs' phone and saw that he was chirping with another girl. So she got a little pissed off. She threw his phone. Jacob said he could look through her phone and told him to call a car, whatever, to bring her to Chicago, all this stuff. She tried to retrieve her phone. And when Jacobs did not return it, he grabbed her arm and began like a physical struggle that lasted a couple minutes. And mind you, there's like camera footage of this from his garage that's got it all on camera where he grabbed her and threw her to the ground. Her head hits the ground. She got an injury. When police saw it, that she had obvious red. I mean, sure, it's like the Ray Rice thing. I'm reading this. I was like, I feels like I'm learning about the Ray Rice incident all over again. And we know what happened from there. Ray Rice's NFL career was done, over. And so the report said that there's surveillance footage from the camera system in Jacob's garage. Like I said, not inside the house, but the garage apparently caught some things. The Packers have acknowledged that it's, that they've seen it and they're going to work with the league and investigations. I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like the Packers saw it and it was one of those things where like, oh shit, he's guilty. They would have cut him by now, like cut him right away type of thing. So makes you think. I'm not sure. I know Matt Schneiderman, another Packer reporter, he had it up on his Twitter as well. And he's now since deleted a post about some of this stuff. Maybe he just didn't like the wording in his post. That was kind of a little bit off, but Iman, what are your initial thoughts? I feel like I know your initial thoughts, but what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah. One? I mean, listen, whole activities is being presented by all these tender guys that just slipping on a pimping. And I tell people all the time, pimping ain't dead. Fellas just scared. Listen, first of all, and this ain't got nothing to do with football. This is my old life. Listen, I'm 44 now, so I want everybody to preface this. This is not who I am now. But if I'm cheating on my girl, I don't care if she's doing anything. I'm not going to check her phone. If I get caught, my job is to try to recover from getting caught cheating. First of all, my girl could never go through my phone because I would never be. My side chick would never have texts, anything in there. It would be in the flip phone. That's in my car. That's in my phone.
The burner.
Yeah. And he's rich, so he could have the phone at the other house because you never even want to be talking to your side chick while you with your main chick. You don't even want your phone going off 11 o'clock at night. So that could be at your apartment in Green Bay. But and granted, I understand how aggressive football players is as a high level because I played college. I was around a bunch of tender dick football players. So, most of the time they won't bust a grape in the fruit fight. But when they get into it with a female, they all aggressive. But at no point Josh Jacobs should be even grabbing this girl. Bro, you got to know your strength. Walk away, apologize, do whatever. You just being extra for no reason. So you gonna get what you deserve. You a hoe. You always a hoe. If you ever see me, I'm gonna be the guy calling you a hoe. If you mad at me, do something to me. But if you plan on putting your hands on me, don't think it's gonna be a fight coming back. I can tell you that right now. I know a lot of finger foo. That's finger kung fu. So put your hands on me. You go, hey, you go meet the groundhog, gonna be your mailman. But yeah, it's getting over with. And I do want to apologize to Rashad Bateman. I called you a hoe last week, a bitch. So the girl was lying. So I'm sorry I called you a hoe. But yeah, Josh Jacob, man. Come on, man. You can't be tender. And I be wondering how these girls look, Austin. Did they show a picture of the girl? Is she
I don't
bad?
even know. I did not go that far into the investigation on my own. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, man, it's like one. I know he's got a couple girls going on, and that's already like I mean, you could say like do what you will with your life, but if you're a dude and you kind of got your own roster going, like you got your own priorities in life, and how can I don't see how you could ever get to the point of like no matter what happens, like you're putting your hands on a woman, like you get whatever you deserve if you decide to go that far. Like whatever you got coming, you has coming for putting your hands on a woman, injuring her over a text, and over a phone, and now you might be losing your NFL career over. Which again, I don't want to get too deep and crazy into assuming what's going to happen, what's not going to happen. Innocent until proven guilty. But we got garage footage that doesn't make this sound great. And this is like from the police report that they've seen it, and it doesn't exactly sound good. And obviously Jacobs is. The charges are some misdemeanors and whatnot, potential jail time, some potential fines. And I just think if there's in any way, shape, or form, is he's guilty, the Packers will cut him. And again, that's just the Packers' way. The Packers are not an organization that deals with that type of thing and has that type of character in their locker room, regardless of your talent. And then they kind of are been an organization. Well, they will not take risks on a player that are an off-field problem. And so I know there's a lot of people who used to try to, before Jacobs, when he got here, they would question his character. And then there's a lot of people saying he's a great character. So who knows? I don't know Jacobs, so I can't speak to it. But at the end of the day, man, I think the Packers are at a point where it's a bad look if you're Green Bay and you keep him around the team. If there's anything, you can't, I just don't, I put this out today. If I'm a Packers fan, which I am, Packers fans should start getting accustomed to life without Josh Jacobs on the roster. And the Packers should also get accustomed to that and do what they need to do to get another running back in that building. It's not a great market out there. I do like the idea of bringing in Trey Benson if you got to, even though he's been hurt. He hasn't really curled in the league since he was a high pick. And I loved him coming out of Florida State. I loved him. Maybe you trade for like a James Conner, maybe you trade for a Braylon Allen, or I don't know what you do, but behind Marshawn Lloyd in the running back room, it is bad news for the Packers. You got to do something, especially with Marshawn Lloyd's injury history. This guy's not guaranteed to give you 14 snaps this year. After that, you got Chris Brooks, which besides Packer fans, no one, and besides his mama, nobody knows who this guy is in the league or in the fan bases. You got to do something. You already got a bad offensive line for run blocking. And if Jacobs has a court appearance in November 17, I mean, I just don't see a world in which he's strapping up for the Packers before then.
And this, just a couple weeks ago, you talked about how his production is declining, his yards per carry is declining, everything is trending down. You don't need any negative energy when you're already trending down. Now, I can't say on the good side because last week you was wishing, hey, just let this ball spin, throw the ball 40, 45 times. This may be the perfect opportunity to say, hey, we're going to run it every now and then, but when we show up, hey, you better get ready for Love to just spin this ball all game. So, I mean, that may help y'all out a lot. Like, hey, we just going to throw the ball now a lot.
I mean, and that kind of transition to the next thing. The Packers went out and signed Jonnu Smith, extra tight end. I mean, Jonnu Smith's been a very good tight end. Not very good. He's been very serviceable tight end in the league, right? So the Packers signed him. I mean, so Luke Musgrave, backup tight end, drafted the same year as Tucker Kraft, drafted before Tucker Kraft, has unfortunately been a severe disappointment. He's never really been able to get healthy. He hasn't really come to in terms of what the Packers hoped his ceiling would be and him reaching it. I put out again today, like he's never really caught his footing, literally or figuratively, because the guy, when he catches the ball, he just cannot stay on his feet. And like, this, you're catching your foot and getting your foot under you. He just has not got to that point yet. So Jonnu Smith comes in here now. The Packers tight ends outside of Tucker Kraft, regardless of Musgrave being healthy or not, it's not good news. And Tucker Kraft's recovering from his own injury, where initially at one point we're talking about he might be eased in and he might be on a snap count for 10 weeks. And now he's saying no snap count. So the Packers go get Jonnu Smith, who played under Matt LaFleur in Tennessee in 2018. He was a baller with Miami Dolphins when he was there. And then he goes to a Steelers tight end room, which was jam-packed with tight ends. But when he got his looks, he was hyper efficient. He was very effective. He converted his opportunities in production. And that was in a really crowded room. So he didn't get a ton of looks. And again, so now the Packers don't have to force Tucker Kraft back if need be. They get another guy. So once Kraft is there, well, now you have an awesome number 2 tight end who's a very good receiver. He's a freak athlete. And it just made a lot of sense. Like you said, Packers are going to be transitioning more to a passing offense this year. Thank God. Finally, we're getting what we want. Allegedly, hopefully, that seems to be what's going to happen. Steelers are looking to go the other way. Steelers are wanting to run the ball more. And Jonnu Smith ain't exactly a blocker. He is a receiver through and through. So the Packers go get a guy that's going to fit what they're trying to do on offense. It allows them to ease back Tucker Kraft because now they know they got another really reliable tight end who's still a really good athlete. He's been hyper productive in the NFL when he gets his opportunities. So, and presumably Jordan Love at this point in his career is going to be better than any quarterback he's had through his journey in Tennessee, Miami, and no knock on Rodgers, but Rodgers is not what he used to be at this point in his career. Love's a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers today. So Jonnu Smith's going to have his best quarterback throwing him the ball in terms of where Love is at comparatively to where the other guys were at. So it makes a lot of sense. So I thought that was an awesome snipe for the Packers to go get him. And if you get another injury to a pass catcher, having Jonnu Smith around, even on a small deal, is going to kind of cushion the blow of if Jaden Reed go down, Christian Watson goes down, if Tucker Kraft's got to take a slow, easy back. Great move by the Packers to go get him. It's a tight end too, but it's a very high upside tight end too, man. I don't know. That's kind of where my thoughts are on Jonnu, but
that was definitely a good pickup for y'all. I mean, because I think he's serviceable, super serviceable, and like you say, if we're both saying, hey, this is what y'all need to do, pass the ball more, you're gonna definitely need another tight end. I mean, that's always good in the NFL. But the only thing I say is Jordan Love not gonna have any excuses this year, and I hate that for him because he's still young. To me, I think he's still young. I think quarterbacks don't get to their true peak maybe 8th, 9th year, maybe
like 28 years old. Yeah,
but I think he's gonna have a lot of pressure to be the guy this year. I really do think he's gonna have a lot of pressure to be the guy. And I mean, I think the talent is there. We're gonna see if he's ready to make that jump. So,
I mean, I thought that was the case last year, and he came through until he got hurt. Right, until he got hurt, he was considered top 3, top 4 in MVP voting. And last year was the year of like, all right, Jordan, and we talked about it on here. It's none up or shut up season for you, man. Like, you were hurt last year, so you get the pass. It was all, the situation wasn't great. You couldn't, you were all banged up on your lower body. You couldn't get outside the pocket. Half your game was taken away. And then this last year, it's like, all right, man, let's see it. Last year was supposed to be the no excuse year.
So is nut up or shut up NFC Championship game or Super Bowl?
Like,
which one?
I mean, for the Packers, they need to. If there's a couple dudes whose job relies on the Packers, ideally making the Super Bowl, but they have to get past the first game. Like, they need to be in the NFC. If the Packers do not make the NFC Championship this year, Matt LaFleur, I would imagine, is out of a job. Brian Gutekunst, the GM, he might be out of a job. And I know they both just got extensions, but I don't think they're safe. We got a new guy, Ed Policy, in there taking over for why am I blanking on his name? Mark Murphy, who is like, again, the Packers cannot keep disappointing in the playoffs and falling short with these round 1 exits one and done exits. And it's come to special teams hasn't worked. The defense hasn't worked. Jordan Love's been fine in the playoffs. Like he's doing his thing. But the Packers, there's going to be some jobs lost. The Packers are in the NFC Championship game this year. And I would expect Matt LaFleur is looking for a new job next year. I don't care about the contract extension. That can go at any point. That's just one of those. So it's not a weird limbo spot. Everyone talking about, oh, LaFleur's on this 1 year thing. Oh, who knows? There's uncertainty and there's all that drama then. So you give him the extension, put all that shit to the side, give him that like vote of confidence. Like, hey man, we are still all the way bought in on you. But if it's another disappointing collapse to the end of the season, man, I'm telling you, I can't believe he hung on by the skin of his tooth to be the head coach of the Packers this year. Barely. So if they exit round one again, I can't imagine he's back coaching the Packers in 2027. Just to be honest. And if Gutekunst does not do what he needs to do to put a team together, which, he's done some good. He's had some misses.
He's done pretty well,
up and down. Up and down. Yeah. He's been fine. There's been some coaching deficiencies and some bad coaching hires by LaFleur that have cost his team dearly as well. Some complacency across the organization that have cost the team. So, Jordan Love's been doing his thing, but the Packers need to be in the NFC Championship this year. Okay. They have to be.
Okay.
And Jordan Love, again, like you said, they've kind of seen. I mean, I'm scared about the run game because the run blocking, the O-line is like the worst shape it's been in 20 years almost for the Packers. This might be the worst O-line they've had in 20 years, the last 2 years, including this year. So, little nervous that it's going to be the opposite of last year. We're going to pass so much that because the run game's so ineffective. Where last year's like we just ran the ball nonstop to the sense that when we wanted to pass, it became predictable. And even then, Jordan Love was balling out. So, a lot to wait and see on that one. I'm a little nervous, but I'm confident.
Listen, me and you are both in the same boat. Our teams got to make the division championship game. Period. I mean, just period. I mean, to me, no, I think Baltimore got to make the Super Bowl. AFC championship game is not enough for me. I'm with you in the boat. But I'm saying if we don't make the Super Bowl, it's like Lamar's questions are going to start coming.
I just hope Lamar stays healthy, man. I hope like last year wasn't the start of like his decline because he's such a gifted all-around athlete where now his body's just too banged up and he can't do what has made him so great. So I hope he's right because when Lamar's right, is he a nasty SOB out there? And I really hope his body stays held together this year. Obviously, you got Derrick Henry. You got some boys in the red zone. You got some boys that pass the ball, too. I don't know. It should be good. I think the Declan Doyle thing will be helpful. But the problem for y'all is y'all got the Bills who got the same problem as you guys. Like, it's super – hey, if we're not in the Super Bowl this year, we got some reevaluation to do again because y'all are in the same boat at this point with the quarterback, with how close but no cigar type thing. So I don't know, man. It's going to be an interesting year. And I am unfortunately nervous about them Cowboys that offense. So one thing I wanted to get to you, and I know you don't like this guy, or these guys, but I want to give a shout out to Trey Tucker, Raiders wide receiver. I just want to put him on your radar, Iman. Let me put him on your radar. I'm not saying anything that this dude's all world. He's going to be all world. I'm saying situationally, I think Trey Tucker. And again, I was watching a little bit of the Raiders game. Been reading a lot about obviously fantasy football drafts coming up. This guy, you probably don't. Many people don't know. He's the wide receiver 1 for the Raiders. Like I just want to put it out there. Don't be surprised when Trey Tucker finishes this year with like 85 catches.
No,
he's 5'8", 185.
No,
Kubiak loves him though, and he's wide receiver 1 on that team. It's crazy. He's gonna finish this year with 85 catches.
He was on a couple tickets last year that if I catch him, I'm gonna swing on him because he was on a couple tickets last year. You know, you should never bet on the Raiders. Period. I just think people never should have Raider people on the parlay, but I do because I just just gambling, and I don't bet that much money. Like I tell you all the time, I never bet that much money. So it's all now. But I also think Mendoza should start though. Like I just really hope they don't go with Cousins. Start Mendoza. Let him learn. Let him get his bumps and bruises. If y'all do bad, you get a high pick. If he does good, you get a mid-round late pick. He's in good hands. You got your franchise guy. I just hope they start him game 1. We know what Kirk Cousins is at this point. So
Mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm.
think if Trey Tucker is the guy and they think Mendoza is the guy, let them get that going right now. Let them get their whole chemistry going. Let them get their camaraderie going now. Because, like I said, if they do bad, shit, you bring in Jeremiah Smith next year. If you get top 5
Oh,
pick, you bring Jeremiah Smith, which will open it up
oh,
even more for Trey Tucker. That's what I'm saying. If he's as good as you say he is, another receiver with Brock Bowers, with him, with Mendoza in another year, get good. So I just hope they start him. I don't want to see him on the bench. I don't want to see him sit in 6 and 7 games. Like, just put him out there. Let him go.
yeah. I think your point on we know what Kirk Cousins is. We know what he's going to give you, right? Maybe you can go 500 with Kirk Cousins at best if everything else around him goes really freaking good. But it's like not like the Raiders are touting out an all-world defense type of thing. Not like the Raiders are touting out all-world weapons everywhere. Ashton Genty's got the sprained ankle now. Like, not great. I'll give you Mike Washington is RB2 there. I really liked him on draft night. One of my favorite picks on draft night. I really want to see Mike Washington in Green Bay, but Raiders, I mean, he balled out for the 49ers. I think he started the game with like 11 carries, 49 yards. He's looked really freaking good this preseason, man. Really good. He's carving out a role as good as Ashton Genty is, right? He kind of was a bad rookie year just due to the circumstance. The offense was shit. The offensive line was garbage. Nowhere to run. Bad quarterback play. So Genty was just in a box last year, man. So I think, Genty will be right, but Washington looks nice. And I'm with you in the sense of like, yes, I would like to see Mendoza be the starter on day one. But I think there's just been enough lessons and examples of guys not starting right away and it kind of working out. That, again, Jordan Love's a great example. Shoot, even Aaron Rodgers is a good example.
But they had Hall of Famers.
I was going to say that Hall of Fame. They had
Ahead of
Hall
him.
of Famers ahead of them that they were learning from. They had great coaching, great quarterback coaches ahead of them that they were learning from. So, yeah, I would prefer just let's ride it with Mendoza because guess what? We're not winning the Super Bowl this year. No matter what, there's no way in hell the Raiders are. I would bet a 99% chance they won't even make the playoffs unless freak more. Like
if they do, I'm playing a lottery.
Yeah, take the luck that the Bears had last year and double it. That's what the Raiders would need to make the playoffs this year. So you're not winning anything this year. So you know that going in. So let's just ride it with Mendoza. And hey, guess what? John Elway got benched his rookie year. And guess what? He's still John Elway, right? They let him run it. It went pretty bad. He got benched. And guess what? He is a Hall of Famer now. So I think I would like it too. Because like you said, you know what you're getting with Cousins. You know you're not winning anything this year. Let's go get Mendoza those live game reps. Let's get him connected, presumably with guys who are going to be here for a while. Let's start this now with Bowers, with Genty, with Trey Tucker. They just brought in Jalen Naylor to be like a wide receiver 2, even though that's an unfortunate wide receiver 2 situation. With Jack Besh, you got some guys you want him to start developing chemistry with. You don't want Mendoza out there with the 2s in practice and not working with these guys when, presumably some of them will be around next year. And like you said, like worst case, we're drafting top 3, top 4, and we are getting a superstar wide receiver coming in this team. I keep forgetting the cat's name from Texas too.
He's been looking crazy.
What is his name?
I forgot his name too, but he had
Cam Coleman, man.
He had a one-hand catch that I've never seen a catch him that high off the ground, reaching. I've never seen a catch like that. That was different. But
I'm telling you, he's going to be pushing Jeremiah Smith for wide receiver 1 in this draft. I'm just saying. So you're going to get Cam Coleman, you're going to get Jeremiah Smith to put in that offense next year if you're a bottom 5 pick. Best case, Mendoza kind of balls out and you have a shitload more confidence going in the year 2 of what you got with him, what you can do and how you can build around him. So kind of a win-win. Like if you lose and you suck, great. We're going to go get an all-world wide receiver. If you do pretty decent, finish 500 with Mendoza with this roster and you can go add more to it. I mean, and in year 1 with Kubiak, we're presuming it's going to get better in year 2. I mean, I think it's a win-win. So yeah, I don't see the benefit. What is the benefit of starting Kirk Cousins is the question I would have. Besides letting Mendoza just take more time to learn and not rushing him into it type of thing. That's really the only benefit. But like, is that enough?
That kid's a genius. I'm hearing. I mean, he went to Cal Berkeley, so he's a genius. trust me, he's picking up everything. I don't even think Kirk Cousins is in a Hall of Fame at Michigan State. I'm just being honest. I don't think he's in a Hall of Fame at Michigan State. So listen. And I like it. Listen, I swear I love Kirk Cousins. I tell people all the time. One time they was talking about like who's the greatest female athletes of all time. He brought up Jackie Joyner-Kersee. So ever since then, I just been like an NFL guy who know who Jackie Joyner-Kersee is, like one of the greatest track athletes ever. I've gave him props since then on that. But hey, brother, you're a backup now. You're backup.
Yeah. If it goes terribly with Mendoza, I'm talking first 3 games, he's got 8 interceptions, like 3-4 touchdowns, and the offense is not working. Great. Put him on the bench for a couple games. Let's ride it with Mendoza. Let's ride it with Kirk Cousins until we feel like it ain't working to the extent of like, all right, let's bring him back to end the season type of thing. Like that. That is how I would do. I would let Mendoza start the year. If it goes so terribly, great. Put him on the pine. Bring out Cousins. Let's kind of go from there and make the business decision as we go week by week with that situation. Because that's the worst that could possibly happen. And then guess what? Like I said, now you're drafted in the top 5 and you're getting Cam Coleman or Jeremiah Smith. A bummer. Oh, no. In a year where you're already not going to win shit. So what's the point? Kind of reverting, we started this with Trey Tucker, he's a wide receiver 1 for that team, but he's not a wide receiver 1. But Iman, I know you like talking about your superstars, your dogs, the real dodes. So I thought it would be an interesting thing to get into. Which wide receiver 1 do you trust the most to ball out this year, all things considered? And we got, obviously there's a couple options. So like Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Puka, JSN, AJ Brown. They all got like the same otherworldly upside, right? Jamar Chase, the problem is you never know. Any given day, Joe Burrow might be on the pine. He might be done for the season. Plus, I'm not sure if you saw that Jamar Chase little leg injury that he had in practice. That kind of
weird. Looked a little weird too.
I did not like that at all. If I had Jamar Chase in fantasy, I am shriveled up like I'm coming out of a cold pool. Justin Jefferson, his quarterback can't see over the line of scrimmage. And hey, look, I know you're high on Kyler Murray, but he's not exactly been sharp this preseason in this camp. It's been very up or down, hit or miss. And Lord knows if for any reason you need JJ McCarthy, we saw it last year. Justin Jefferson's not going to be productive. And then you got Puka, where Matt Stafford obviously coming off being the MVP, but from a lot of what I'm seeing and reading, like let's be quite honest, he's due for some efficiency regression. He ain't getting any younger. His body ain't getting any healthier. So there's always that injury risk with Stafford, and the fact that, he's historically been a guy who throws a lot of interceptions. Not a lot, but like 12 to 16, 15 interceptions type of guy. So you would imagine there's going to be some regression on that front. There's JSN, who Sam Darnold's always going to Darnold at times. He's going to have his turnovers. He's going to have his whiffs. You got a new OC in there that's never called plays before, so we have no idea exactly what that offense is going to look like. Then you got AJ Brown. New system, great OC. New quarterback, great quarterback. And he's a drama queen. So the moment anything might start going wrong, who knows what you're going to get out of AJ Brown then, or what AJ Brown's going to show up. So, all these guys, I kind of just gave you the negatives because we all know the upside and the positives, but you had to buy one wide receiver 1 this year. Who are you trusting most to like just be the guy you're putting all your stock into?
So, and this is, like I said, this is everything in the perfect world. Let's just say everything perfect. Everybody stays healthy. You just cannot not go with Burrow and Jamar Chase. It's just like if Joe Burrow is upright, I just think Jamar Chase is gonna break. He could win a triple crown. He's done it when Joe Burrow has been upright. So I'm going with Jamar Chase now. Let's say Joe Burrow's not upright and Joe Flacco got to go. I know you want me not to say it, but let's pull up Justin Jefferson's stats without a number 1 pick. This guy's been literally playing with me at quarterback the past few years outside of the Sam Darnold year. But before then, he's had me throwing left-handed. And listen, I'm right-handed. I throw the football with my right hand. So I'm pretty bad if I go out there. I think Justin Jefferson is the best receiver in football. I think Kyler Murray, yes, can't see, but I think he's the most talented quarterback that Justin Jefferson has played with so far. So I think coming in 2 would be Justin Jefferson. I mean, both LSU guys I don't know what
That's
happened. Yeah.
nuts.
But if I had to pick a third, it wouldn't be AJ Brown because you know how I feel about Drake May. I think that was a fluke year last year. I just don't think he's a good quarterback. But I don't think his temperament is going to be good with AJ Brown. I think AJ Brown he's going to be an issue. I think Sam Darnold and JSN is going to take a step back without Clint. So if I had to go 3, one thing about McVay offense, he know how to get his guys the ball. I think even without Stafford, Puka's gonna get the ball. I've seen the backup guys get Puka the ball, get receivers the ball. So I would go with Puka, even with all his negativity he's had too. But yeah, I'm signing Justin. I'm going Jamar Chase if Joe Burrow's healthy.
So take all the risk involved in because you went perfect world. So assume all the risk, right? You have to go into it assuming all the risk and the downside if that risk starts
everything you just said.
Are you still hitting the button on Jamar Chase?
No,
as your one.
No. So and if you saying if everything's on the flip side of everything I said didn't go, so if Kyler's not good, and
I'm saying like you have to like you're inheriting the risk with all of these guys that there's the potential downside. So like who has a downside that makes you worry least about like how it caps their upside is kind of the question.
Well, then now you're making me going back because I think Drake May and AJ Brown is probably the less percentage that something will go wrong. I mean, Drake May was pretty healthy last year. They're gonna force him the ball because he has nobody else. So I guess if everything goes wrong with everything above, then the most for sure high bet, you know, if you're a gambler and you like safe bets, the safe bet would be AJ Brown and Drake May. All right, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. The safe bet. Safe bet.
I cannot confirm nor deny if I set this up to get that out of you. I'm not saying anything. Perhaps, maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know.
No, truth is truth.
Because I agree with you. At any given day, if all things go right, I'm taking Chase and I'm taking Burrow, and I'm not even thinking twice about it. Not even close. That said, like you kind of just said, and what I was saying, like I think the inherited downside of AJ Brown and Drake May compared to Chase and Burrow and Jefferson and Kyler and Puka and Stafford and JSN and Darnold, I would take the inherited downside of AJ Brown and Drake May over any of them, considering they all have insane upside. Like you said, I think that is the safest wide receiver one in football. If you assume, because you have to assume all the downsides that I listed are in play with all these guys. They really are. Whereas the Patriots, it's just like, it's harder to come up with the downside. Besides, like, you know, they just get hurt because anyone can get hurt any given week, but they're just like not this history to go off of that we can like bring into the equation. Because so I'm kind of going like, I feel like you said, I think AJ Brown is the safest wide receiver one going into this season, given what we know about the inherited risks of the other wide receiver one with their quarterback, with their systems, what's going on around them. But you know, again, perfect world, yes, Chase. But I'm also kind of still there on JSN, man, like JSN and Darnold, because at the end of the day, wide receiver 2 there is still Rashid Shaheed, and Cooper Kupp's not been relevant. And I just think by nature of the fact that JSN is going to get force-fed 15 targets every single week, no matter what. And granted, they don't got the run game. They don't got Ken Walker back there. They don't got Kubiak. That defense is still going to be absolutely biting. So the Seahawks offense is going to be on the field a lot. So that's where I was like, JSN's volume alone is going to make him, even if Darnold does have those games with 2-3 interceptions, JSN's production is just going to be wicked stupid again.
I just got to see that play calling with him because I just know how losing a guy like that. I mean, because you look at the Detroit Lions, Amon St. Brown numbers really plummeted last year and I watched them games. They couldn't get him open a lot. So I got to see that. And getting back to the AJ, he was good with.
I guess I should have added Amon Ra on this one. You're right. I should have added Amon Ra because
but AJ,
did you put Amon Ra?
Jaylen hurt. No. I think all those guys are better than him. I think St. Brown is good through scheme. I don't think he's good without a scheme. He's slow, small. I mean, he got good hands and he's tough, but he's small and slow. I
You should
think
have sent this to
Jameson
Kurt the other
Williams.
week.
Yeah, I think Jameson Williams has a better upside, but I just think and I like St. Brown. He's a good guy. I heard nothing but good things about him. So I don't want to talk shit about him. Like, he's really been putting up a lot of numbers, but like I said, when you're slow and small, after a while it's going to slow down for you, and you're not going. Yeah, so I know I wouldn't put him. I don't think he's top 10, top 15 receiver in the league.
Whoa, you don't think St. Brown's a top 15 receiver?
No.
Oh, I wish you would have said this when we had Kurt on the episode the other day. I wish you would have said it. So we could have got a great moment out of you telling that Lions fan, Kurt.
You don't think it, though. You know a lot of ball. You could really name 15 guys that you would pick before him. I know that for sure.
No. I can't. I would, if I'm drafting, if you want to put it in like fantasy terms.
No.
Okay.
No, we're talking about going into this year, upside of people you know. You wouldn't pick him over Christian Watson.
Yes, I would.
Oh, shit, Austin. Come on.
Yes, I would. He's there's not much. I mean, what if
y'all don't have the running game and y'all don't have the guy that. So if you get rid of Christian Watson over him, y'all don't have a guy that's going to take the roof off like Jameson Williams. I'm telling you, I think he's all scheme receiver. I don't think he's. I don't want to say he's not good. I'm sorry. I don't want to say he's not good, but you wouldn't do it.
I like St. Brown a lot. I think he's a fantastic talent, man. He's still 6 foot, 200 pounds. Like, he's the same size as JSN essentially. And last year, granted, you remember they had all those problems with their offense to start the year. He still finished with 117 catches, 1,400 yards, 11 touchdowns. Granted, his yards per catch was ass. It was 12 yards per catch, which was horrendous. So he was just a product of, again, insane value. He had the most targets of his career last year, which led to a hyper. I mean, he's a slot guy. He's never been a yards per catch guy. He's always averaged 11-ish yards per catch in his career. He's never going to have the breakaway, but he don't drop the football. That's the thing. He is so goddamn reliable, man. Like, his catches, his contested catch percentage, like, it's all there for him. So, I mean, if I had to like stack, I'm putting him above CeeDee Lamb. Like, I'm just gonna put him above CeeDee Lamb. Actually, you know what? Actually,
come on, Austin. Come on now, Austin. Come on now, Austin. Come on, Austin.
CeeDee Lamb without the drops is freaking smooth, man.
Yeah,
I'm just
but before last year, CeeDee Lamb was in the conversation of the best in the league.
Number one, yeah. You're right. Okay, I put my foot in my mouth real quick. As soon as it came out, it didn't sound right. So I'll probably put the guys we have listed here. I would put above.
That's already 5 right there.
That's 5. I would put CeeDee Lamb above him. I'm not ready to put George Pickens above him. No one on the Packers. I don't know who else. I mean, Nico Collins is another guy who's flying up. He's on the upside.
Better than him.
I don't know if I'm ready to put Nico above him. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just sitting there. If I'm on an NFL team and it's an open draft board, and I'm starting my team today, and like my owner's saying you have to draft a wide receiver, but these guys are already gone, and now I'm sitting there like, all right, well, I have CeeDee Lamb, I have Amon Ra, I got Nico Collins to pick from, I got maybe Devontae Adams to look at, I'm like a Buka. Man, I just don't see how
172 targets. Imagine
nuts
giving George Pickens that. Zay Flowers. I mean,
Zay Flowers ain't that. Zay Flowers is. You even think Zay Flowers is a bum?
Yeah, he is. CeeDee Lamb only had 117 targets last year. Like, I mean, Courtland Sutton only had 124. Like, that's an insane target.
It's an insane amount.
Yeah, I think that's force feed. I think they forcing the ball more than him getting open. I mean, like I said, I like him. I think if you're looking for a dependable guy, he's always on the field. He plays hard. He's super tough as nails. I just don't think he's that talented.
Interesting. I mean, he doesn't have the elite size, but I mean, how much that matter? Because
he ran like a 4.6 at the combine.
Did he know?
maybe 4.5. And if you run 4.58, that's the 4.6 all day.
He ran a 4.5 140 at the
4.6.
USC Pro Day.
Oh shit, pro days that I know for sure that's 4.6. Then because I done been to a couple pro days. First of all, it's hand time, and when you do hand time, it's 0.2. In track and field, anywhere when you do hand time, you got to add 0.2.
I mean, you are making good points because his relative athletic score at the combine was not good. It was a 7.14, which is in the yellow. That is not an athletic score you want for a NFL wide receiver. So his 40 time was in the red. His height is in the red, but that doesn't matter. His 10-yard split was in the red. His 20-yard split was in the yellow. It's only his vertical and broad jumps were green, and his bench press 20 reps is pretty
Yeah,
sick.
that's pretty. But his dad was a pro
dad a bodybuilder. His
Yeah,
dad's a bodybuilder.
I know
he had pretty bad shuttle, a bad three. So I mean, your points are very valid.
He's not talented.
He's not an elite athlete, but when it comes to catching the football and converting volume into production, he does that a lot better than 99% of the world.
So that matters. I mean, that matters.
Yeah. I get your point taken on the athlete part. But is Puka a great athlete? I guess. I mean, Puka ain't exactly.
He's big, and just where he don't get open, I'm big. So just give me the ball.
He gets schemed open. Now you want to talk about a guy who gets schemed open? That's Puka. Now that said, he doesn't really need to be open to be effective. Just throw the ball his way.
Because he can play in the slot on the outside. You can in the red zone. In the red zone, Amon Ra St. Brown is only catching them little zip routes across or a zip route out. He's not jumping over. Puka going to jump over your head in the red zone. Yeah. He can play anywhere from goal line to goal line. And that's to me what a receiver is. I'm just being honest. Slot guys, I love them. But to me, a true number one receiver is a guy that can play goal line to goal line no matter what scheme, red zone. You can get the ball outside, inside. You can get it. He's not getting the ball at playing X. He would not be able to play X at all.
He's not exactly a beat you the downfield. He's not exactly a take the top off. He doesn't have the full palette of a Jefferson, of a Chase, of a JSN even. So I get point taken. I just cannot put. I can't get 7 receivers I would take over him. Not 7. Certainly not 15. He's got to be my top 7 receivers any given day, any given Sunday. Another one that I want to wrap the show up on that's a little controversial that came out. Controversial depending on how you look at it. Over to the NBA, I saw that the Celtics are planning to retire Jaylen Brown's number 7 in the future. And Iman, I wanted your take on this. Does it make sense? Is it the right call? Should that number be in the rafters? So I pulled some guys to compare it to who got their numbers retired by the Celtics. Some close comparisons. So this guy, Cedric Maxwell. So he played 8 years, no All-Stars, 2 titles, and a Finals MVP. Kevin Garnett played 6 years, 5 All-Stars, a title, and DPOY. Jaylen Brown, which when I found out Jaylen Brown's been in the league for 10 years, it made me almost shit my pants. I was like, he's been in the league for 10 years? Man, 2016, how old am I? Anyways, 10 years with Boston, 5 All-Stars, should have been 7, 3 All-NBAs, NBA championship, a Finals MVP, top 10 Celtics scorer, and the most wins in the league since he's entered. So, should he actually get his number retired by Boston?
All right, so when you're presenting evidence, you go in front of the court. If you present that evidence, no doubt about it, it is signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. Yes. But if you go past those names and see who else is in the rafters, hell no. Because I had to go look and be like, hold on. I seen when you did that. But then I looked at everybody else because I think Kevin Garnett, yes, he was a popular player, but no way Kevin Garnett should be in the Boston Celtics rafters. Kevin Garnett? Nah, I thought that was a force. Yeah, that was a force. And granted, he bought a championship, but Bill Russell and them bought 11.
Okay.
Kevin McHale and Larry Bird. I mean, so I just think, yes, with the evidence you presented, for sure. I mean, like you said, you turn around and look and be like, damn, man, it's been 10 years. I mean, and that, I mean, to me, that's not a Hall of Fame career, but you say he played 5 more years and everything All-Star, half of the 5. he make 2 more NBA all NBA teams, and he win 1 more championships. That's a Hall of Fame career. So I just think if you make the Hall of Fame, you should be in the rafters. I'm over this jerseys being retired though. Like I want to get back to that. Like y'all not gonna have nobody wear no fucking jerseys no more if y'all retire everything.
Everyone wearing number 80, number 72, number
Yeah,
95.
like so. I mean, I get it, but so I do agree from those numbers and this evidence. Yes, and they kicked. I think they pushed him out. I think he wanted to stay. He would have been a lifer there. So yeah, but they giving everybody this shit now. I swear they are.
That's where I got beef. Is like I feel like we're handing out, and this is not. I mean, this is not like a Jaden Daniels sub conversation. I feel like we're just like handing out jersey retirements and number retirements too easy now. Like again, like you said, Russell should be retired. Bird should be retired. I mean, not every franchise. I mean, the Lakers got plenty of guys who need to be retired, but like your jersey retirements need to be your number retirements need to be the exclusive of the exclusive, the top, the unquestioned, no doubt about it, top 5 guys in your team. And if you got 10 guys like the Lakers do, like legitimately have like 10 guys who should get their number retired for the Lakers. Like I'm talking like, again, I think the double digit years with a team is an immediate qualifier. You got to play 10 plus years with the team, and if not, you better be the best basketball player in the world for like 6+ years with that team, or like 6 years with that team. And I'm talking like MVPs. Like, again, Garnett, as great as he is, Hall of Fame career, he is not a Boston Celtic jersey retirement guy for 6 years, as good as he was. They got the title, but 6 years, man, like, you know how many guys played 6 years with a team, had equivalent levels of production and accomplishments, and they don't got their jerseys retired? So I think we've gotten to this point of being too loose with jersey retirements. But I think Jaylen Brown, at the end of the day, I think like you said, I think maybe another couple years with the Celtics, he would have solidified himself as a no doubt top 10 player in that team's history. And maybe some people would still put him in the top 10 of that team's history right now as of today, which, again, there's some arguments for it. But I think he just like, there was a little bit more. It feels like there was more to be done before we got to the point of like, let's get that baby in the rafters. I'm kind of off of like how easy it feels like numbers are.
But I also think they doing that because I think they feel bad on how they did them. So maybe they're trying to give them something on the way. But I'm with you on the NBA. Like Amari Stoudemire made the Hall of Fame. I was like, what? To me, Amari Stoudemire is not a Hall of Famer. I don't care what nobody tell me. This shit is getting out of line. So I'm with you. They just giving it away right now. And I get it. I guess it's more political than anything. You got to play those roles where you want to keep people cool and all of that. But I'm used to the greats being great. Like Michael Jordan is the only 23 being retired. Everybody else, Derrick Rose, you had a great time. You didn't play long enough. You didn't win enough. Kobe, 8 and 24. To me, Shaq is because I just didn't like his exit. So to me, he would be like a push for the Lakers retiring his jersey, if you ask me. Like in Houston, Hakeem Olajuwon. That's about it with me. I'd be on some like, I mean, nobody else. Like James Harden never should be like, and I know it's gonna happen. I know they're gonna retire his jersey in Houston. He should never get his jersey retired in Houston. So I'm with
Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry's getting his number retired by the Raptors after 8-9 years there.
Man. Come on, man. I'm being honest, Austin. You mentioned Kyle Lowry, and you say, look up, his jersey in the right. Be like, what? He wasn't. I could beat Kyle Lowry 1-on-1, and I'm not joking. I'm not laughing. I could beat him 1-on-1.
I just think when you look up to the rafters, you should see the guys who are like, that's a top 3 player in the franchise's history. No questions asked about it. Giannis is going to be in the rafters for the Bucks, and he should be, right? I don't even think Ray Allen should be in the rafters for the Bucks. I mean, shit, Giannis wore 34. But Ray Allen wasn't. Ray Allen's a Hall of Famer, one of the top 3-4 shooters in the NBA history. But he was not with the Bucks long enough to like make that statement to be in the rafters. And, again, Jaylen Brown's got 10 years, right? Props to Kyle Lowry, a 6-foot guy with a 20-year career in the NBA. But like at the end of the day, man, like when you look at the rafters, it's the Kareems, it's the Wilts, it's the greats of the greats. The no doubt we're talking the icons of the sport. When you look back 50 years from now, no one's gonna be talking about Kyle Lowry, right?
Ever.
I mean, Toronto fans, like I could sit here and name guys that are better. Kawhi Leonard's a better Raptor than him. Vince Carter. I mean, Vince Carter for sure.
Tracy McGrady.
Oh my God, McGrady, right, dude? So like Kyle Lowry, he's not a top 5 Raptor. I mean, cool. He did some great things. Good point guard. Had a couple seasons averaging 20 a game for them. 9 years with the team, something like that. But again, like when you look up at the Raptors, be like, I don't know, man. It's just like Kyle Lowry's going to be in the NBA Hall of Fame. I mean, fuck. If Tony Kukoc can get in the NBA Hall of Fame, he's in it.
Man,
he's in the Naismith.
If Kyle Lowry makes the, I'm not watching no more.
He's going to be in it.
No way he's making Hall of Famer, Austin.
He's going to be in it. I'm going to tell you. Tony Kukoc is in the Hall of Fame, probably because he's got all those rings. But
see, he was a superstar. So, because they go by overall basketball, because, they add in college and pro basketball. He was a superstar. He had years overseas before he came over here. So, I think he's in there because of what he was doing overseas. He was the Jordan overseas. Everybody knows that. He was winning championships. So, I think that's decent. I'm not watching the NBA no more if he makes.
So it seems like he has close to an 80 to 90% chance to make it. So he's got the title with the Raptors. He's got 6 consecutive All-Star appearances. NBA All-Star. Yeah, 6 consecutive All-Star appearances. All-NBA third team. So right, All-NBA third team is the best that he's got in terms of All-NBA. Guys in the Raptors, they should have a couple All-NBAs under their belt. Granted, for the Raptors' sake, he is their all-time leader in assists, steals, three-pointers made, and triple-doubles. So he's got some Raptors record. He's got enough Raptors records, so maybe you can justify it. But, I mean...
Hall of Fame?
Third team All-NBA is the best he's got.
Yeah, no way.
That's not Hall of Fame to me.
No way. He's going
to get it. He's going to get it. I guarantee you he's going to get it. He's going to get it.
Oh, my God. I'm going to stop podcasting if he makes the Hall of Fame. I'm not lying.
He's going to make that bitch. He's going to make that bitch. I think he's like 2029 candidate or something like that. But he's going to make that bitch. All right. Let's call it there. Like I said, y'all, we're going to be out of office next week. Don't expect anything from us. You're going to catch the voicemail. We will not be around, but we are going to come back mighty and ready for NFL season. The return of the top 10 and 10. And this year, I promise we will not be better about getting that down in 10 minutes. We will not be. That's just not how we do it here. But we're going to not change the name. We're going to have some new things coming for you, some picks every week. We'll probably need to throw money on it so I can get some of Iman's money in my pocket and some of Joey's money in my pocket. We got some good things coming up for you. So don't think we're leaving you. We just need a little reset, get right. I'm going to also be gone. So, hey, but until then, man, we're so close. We are so close to NFL kickoff, baby. Come on. So close. Until then, have a great week next week. Have a good weekend. We'll see you.